It's a great fun to be here in a museum to talk about the car of the future. Actually, one of my very first car when I was young is the little Mustang, 68 Mustang in the front. I had also restored some little beauties like TR3s, MGTFs, and so on. So I'm a car enthusiast, and 25 years ago, I come from the robotics field in academia and in industry. And 25 years ago, I say, oh, I want to take part of the revolution in the car industry. And I want to think about what will be the car of the future. And I proposed to INRIA, the National Research Institute in Computer Science and Automation, in 1991 to start working on the car of the future. So now, 25 years later, there is a lot of hype on automated vehicles. But are these automated vehicles that we heard Volvo talk about really the future? I'm not really sure. Here are some of the problems, brought by the automobile. One of the interesting pictures in this slide, oh my goodness, no, that's not a pointer. I don't have a pointer.
I don't think it's that
the
sophisticated.
middle picture, is that we grow too fat because we don't walk anymore. Do you think the automated vehicle, as is seen by the automotive industry, going to improve that? No, on the contrary, we are going to walk less because you will drop your car in front of the parking of the office or the shopping mall, and then you don't even have to walk from the parking to the final place. So you will walk less. Maybe it will, the biggest impact will be certainly on safety. Yes, safety will be a big thing. Elderly people will be a big thing. The elderly people will be able to drive much longer because they will feel much safer. But I think the key problem in the cities of the future that are becoming more and more dense, this is a very strong trend worldwide, the cities are getting denser and denser, is the use of space. You see on the right some interesting parking arrangement. You can look at the cars. They are strangely parked. It's because the car in the middle, they are not moving. They are parked. They are illegally parked. So the other one have to move around, you see, in a funny way. So the big thing in cities of the future is about traffic and parking. Private cars use a lot of space, an enormous amount of space. To move one person on the average, 1.2, 1.3, depending on the city's person, you need a huge amount of space on the road. A 3-lane highway can move only 6,000 people per hour. With a much smaller amount of space, a train can move 60,000 people per hour in much less space. So it's a question about how are we going to use the space. Are we going to give parking lots for almost free, like it is done nowadays in many cities, to residents? Or are we going to ask them to pay for it, the real price? All the modern cities are increasing the parking fees. Amsterdam just decided to put the hour at 10 euros, okay? 10 euros per hour of parking downtown. So all the cities are moving this way. Of course, it's not very popular for a politician to do that, so they do it gradually, very progressively. But what is happening is that parking is becoming more and more expensive in cities. Recently read in Hong Kong that a parking space, private parking space, can cost up to $1 million Hong Kong, so maybe €500,000 euro. That's pretty expensive. So it will not be possible for everyone to own a car and its parking space. So it's not possible. So what is the trend? The trend is, of course, multimodality. Because public transport is great, is very efficient, as long as you have demand. But if you don't have demand, then you don't have public parking, public transportation, okay? So you have to rely on your own car or on some other modes of transportation. And this is what we are working on. What are the other modes? It's nice to have very efficient subway or tramway, very uses space and energy very efficiently, but then how do you go from the station or the multimodal node to your final destination. This is where we need new visions. We have to provide very good walking space. This is the key element. You have to provide walking space in order to encourage walking, which is probably the most efficient way to move people around. Walking is very efficient. If you have to walk more than a kilometer or 2 kilometers, then it becomes too long or too tiring, and then you have to provide other modes. And these are the modes that we want to work on. And in particular, can we use a car to do that? So when I started this project at INRIA in '93, we decided to embark on one of these modes to provide a complementary system to public transportation, and that was the car sharing. This was the first large-scale car sharing experiment done in the world using electric cars. Actually, we even had induction charging at that time. In '93, we had the prototype at INRIA. We had GPS connection. We had the digital connection between the car and the management center. We had smart card access. Everything was there in '93 already. But, you know, we still have few car sharing systems. It's not really popular, although it's growing. It's very much growing. Here are some of the car sharing systems that you can find around the world, even here in Brussels. And what's funny about this picture is that, well, they don't really look like a regular car, okay? They look different. They look smaller. Most of them are electric, which is a great thing for a car sharing system, but not great for owning a car. You know, very few people will go to the expense of buying an electric car to replace their normal car because it's not good enough for doing everything that you want to do with your own car. But for a car sharing system, it's great. So this is getting very, very popular, and it is possible now because of the Internet of Things, or the Internet of everything, okay? You can get access to this as a complement to mass transportation because it's available on your smartphone. So we wanted to go further because these car sharing systems are not really very efficient because the cars are usually not exactly where you would like them to be. Okay, so you have to move them around. And the best way to move them around according to the needs of the people, especially to do the shuffling between the stations, you need some automation. So this is what I proposed in '91, to have small public electric urban vehicle in a car sharing mode, but using some automation. So we did that, actually, and we built this vehicle. In '96, we had a fleet of these automated vehicles at INRIA, in our research institute, and we started working on these. And actually, we started working on, excuse me.
We're talking about connectivity.
Yes, so we started working on this project, especially funded by the European Commission, and we had a number of projects. And we are still going on. City Mobile 2 is the last project done by the, financed by the European Commission to experiment with these automated vehicles. And right now, this is actually one of the very first fully automated transportation system that was put in place in the city of Rotterdam. It's called the Park Shuttle, and it's a fully automated minibus, electric minibus, that runs between a train station and then an office park. It's still running. You can go and board this, you know, you go to the train station, and then you go 2 kilometers away to your office using a fully automated, on-demand. It's just like an horizontal elevator. Just push a button, and then the car comes, and then you hop in, and you give your final destination. This is working. And there are new systems that have been implemented lately. Like this is Masdar City in 2010. 15 of these electric vehicles, fully automated, are running there. And some of them are even carrying goods, because it's not only interesting to move people around, you have to move goods also. And you can move them automatically. So this is working in Masdar City. If you go to Heathrow Airport, you have also similar vehicles from a different vendor. These are companies that sell these vehicles and implement them and run them. This is at Heathrow. This is our fully automated vehicle that you can take between Terminal 5 and a parking lot for business. Okay? So this is a good service. But these, as you can see, these vehicles were running on a dedicated infrastructure. So we wanted to see how we could implement this vehicle in the city itself without any new infrastructure. So in one of the European projects, City Mobile, we did some demonstration with our own prototypes from INRIA, you can see. And during 3 months, we operated this vehicle in the city on a more or less pedestrianized area, but there were cars. We were actually crossing some pretty busy streets with traffic, and it ran pretty well. So we decided then to involve more industry to do these further experiments. So here are some of the first companies that are implementing and selling these automated vehicles. And now we are running City Mobile 2 with these companies. Actually, there was a call for proposal between 4 cities to experiment this vehicle. We had 12 cities involved at the beginning, and now we are going to do 4 large-scale demonstrations with 2 vendors, 2 different vendors. And right next month, actually, at the end of November, we will start the first large-scale demonstration, again in the city of La Rochelle, but with 6 vehicles produced by Robosoft, one of the manufacturers. So this is running now, and this is the next generation vehicle that is actually being bought at the moment by this company Michel to operate on their own campus. Because at the moment, you're not allowed to run this vehicle on the streets because of legislation. This is back to what we said before. Legislation at the moment doesn't allow you to run this vehicle in a fully automated mode on the street. Maybe on some private grounds you can do it, but on the streets in the city, it's not allowed. So you have to go around a special authorization like we do in La Rochelle. But in the City Mobile project, City Mobile 2 project, now we are developing some directives for the European Commission. Actually, we were asked by the European Commission to propose some new directives to implement these automated vehicles in cities. So I would like to just to finish. This is the last slide, okay? This is one of our key politicians in 2000 who said that in the cities of the future, only cybercars will be allowed to enter the cities. And what is a cybercar? Well, it's more or less an automated vehicle. It's a connected vehicle. It's a public service. Actually, it might even be a private car, but it is a cybercar, so it is easy to be connected to the internet of everything. So with this, thank you very much, and I'm glad to be able to answer your question.